I'm starting this series of videos from this Penguin Classic collection. This collection has 80 books that celebrates 80th birthday of Penguin. Little Black Classic celebrates huge range and diversity of Penguin classics with books from around the world and across many centuries. They take us from a balloon ride over the Victorian London to a garden of blossom in Japan, from Tierra del Fuego to the 16th century California, to the Russian stripe, and from India to Greece. Here are stories lyrical and savage, poems that are epic and intimate, essays that are inspirational and satirical, and ideas of Dante, Austen, Ovid, and many other philosophers, poets, and writers from across the world that have shaped the life of millions of people. This collection of books will transport readers back in time to the furthest corners of globe. It was very difficult for me to find these 3 books from this collection, and almost every book have 50 to 55 pages, and every book starts with a best line from the book or a quote from the book. For example, Mrs. Rosie and the Priest has a quote that says, "When the men were off somewhere, he would come visiting their wives more solicitously than any priest they had had before." The 3 books that I will talk about are Mrs. Rosie and the Priest by Giovanni Boccaccio. Actually, this is the title of one of the stories from this book. Travels in the Land of Serpents and Pearls by Marco Polo. This one is quite interesting. And the third one is Wailing Ghosts by Pu Songling, and this is again the title from the story from this book. The first book is Mrs. Rosie and the Priest by Giovanni Boccaccio. He was an Italian poet, writer, and humanist. He is best known for his book called Decameron, which is the collection of 100 stories which was told to him by 10 young men who have moved to the countryside to escape Black Death. And this book has 4 stories that are Andrusio de Perugio Neapolitan Adventure, which is the first one. Second is Ricardo de Cinista's loses his wife. Third, Mrs. Rosie and the Priest, which is the title story. And the last one is Peasant Iselda. My favorite was the first one, Andrusio de Perugia's Neapolitan Adventure, in which we see how a woman used her brain to trap our protagonist and stole everything from him, and how he ended up by stealing a ring from the grave of Archbishop. The second book is Travels in the Land of Serpents and Pearls by Marco Polo. Marco Polo was a Venetian merchant and adventurer. He traveled from Europe to Asia to explore the world, and he has mentioned many points that he found unique and new in India than Europe. And the best line that we say in the first page is, "You will hear it for yourself, and it will surely fill you with wonder." Marco Polo has described how people of India used to get pearls out of the sea in the 13th century. A group of merchants will enter into partnership and will form a company. They will take a huge ship into the ocean with full furnished room for every one of them, and they will take many workers with them. They will catch sea oysters, and after catching them, they will split them and will soak into the water. Once they are got soaked, and the eggs will float on the surface while the pearls will remain in the bottom, and this is how they used to get pearls out of sea from oysters. Marco Polo is also amazed by the clothes that people of India used to wear in that time. People used to go outside always naked except for their private parts. King also used to go outside just like others, except he would wear so many jewelries on his neck. Marco Polo has also described so many rituals like sati, and how king used to have so many queens and many other things. I enjoyed it a lot because we get to know what people from other countries think about us. And if you want to go in detail, you can read a book called A Face of Mother India by Catherine Mayo. This book is banned in India, but you will get to know why this is banned and what people think about us. Now the third and the final book is Wailing Ghosts by Pu Songling. This is the collection of 14 weird short stories, and it focuses on ghosts, trolls, fairies and space between normal and paranormal. It was translated by John Minford, and the first page reads, revealing great shining fangs, more than 3 inches long. I liked 2 or 3 stories from here that are The Golden Goblet, A Fatal Joke, A Prank, and The Black Beast. You enjoy this, but you do not come back for more. So that was it for the first video of the series. We'll meet on Wednesday. And if you think that my content is any good, then consider to subscribe my channel. And goodbye. Oh wait, this is not how I end my video. Goodbye.